It's the Year of Shame Challenge.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Year of Shame podcast, year 8. My name's Dave Packer and I'm taking on host duties for this month. I'm joined by 3 men so sexy to look at that if you were to stare at any one of them for too long, you would go blind.
Only if you were masturbating.
They are. You've just heard the first one, Mr. Richard Purvis. Say hello, Richard.
Hello.
Mr. Stuart Whitehouse.
Hello.
And joining us once again from the future is Duane the Rock Pearson. Hello, Duane.
Good morning. Good morning.
Apologies for our 5th member who can't be with us tonight, James Yarwood, who I believe is still trying to beat my score on Pure Pool.
Every second counts.
To be fair, he did tell me, he gave me a private message saying he was embarrassed to come on the show because he got such a low score and he couldn't face the ridicule of the Packer.
I'm just happy he's not here for when he inevitably fucking beats me. You won't be able to see my face. Right, okay, before we get stuck in, I just want to say a big thank you to the Year 7 hosts for giving us a great year last year. That was Mr. Steve Adicott, Richard Forder.
Yay!
Yay.
And...
Oh, sorry, I thought we were cheering them.
Let's do that again. Steve Adicott.
Yay!
Richard Forder.
Woo! Yay!
And last but not least, Tony James. Myself and Stuart actually had the pleasure of playing a bit of poker with them on the last night they recorded their final episode. Steve was a bit drunk, wasn't he, Stu?
He was a little bit drunk, but very happy that they got to the very end of their show. And so, yeah, they were all... Yeah, it was a great night, actually. It was really good. Apart from Toby falling asleep and snoring, and we had to mute him.
Standard.
Toby James snores like a motherfucker.
He does.
His wife must sleep in another room to him. She must.
Honour the fallen.
Right. Okay. So, quick recap of the rules. So, if you're unfamiliar with the Year of Shame, basically, we're not buying any games this year, and we're going to play through our piles of shame, our massive backlog of games that we've neglected.
Well, massive. I mean, Duane ain't got many, has he? Really, he's got about 4.
No game. Duane he's got a couple of games.
Just the one.
Yeah.
What? You got The Witcher 2?
There are a couple of caveats. We can have a joker, so we can buy one game for ourselves this year. We can also have a gift, so we can have one game bought for us. There's no borrowing of games, no trading games. Live subscription services are okay, but you're not allowed to play the free games, but they're obviously okay for playing online with your buddies. If you want to know any more about the hosts and why the fucking hell we're doing this, we have recorded and published a preview show, which is where is it, Stu?
It's available on the main Year of Shame podcast feed. So if you're already subscribed to Year 7s, you're going to be automatically subscribed to Year 8. So there's no change. Obviously, if you're already subscribed, you already know the deal. So it's all good. But make sure you tell all your family, friends, enemies, lovers, haters how great it is, and send them our way.
That's beautiful, Stu. That's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, right. So let's get stuck in then. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about our pile progress and what games we've been playing this month. So let's start with you then, Rich. What you been up to outside of gaming first?
What day is it? It's the middle of January. I went camping last night. And
Maniac.
In January,
Yeah.
seriously.
In January, a lovely trip down to St David's in West Wales, and we went out. Me and the missus went out for a beer or two last night and got absolutely shit faced. So
Standard.
Yeah, absolutely. So gearing up for doing a little bit of ski next week. So I'm going to go away to the French Alps.
Very nice.
And do my favourite thing in the world. Duane, I know you're a little bit of a snowboarder as well.
Oh, yes.
Have you been? Oh, hang on, it's summer.
It's summer here, man. Yeah, seriously, there's no snow that you can do anything on.
Is this summer 2021?
No, it's
what time?
It's actually 2119.
2077. Yeah. So I'm gearing up to do a bit of skiing next week, and I've just been getting my head around this stupid game that we're playing, i.e. the Year of Shame. So
It's not a game, sir. It's not a game.
Yeah. That's all good. Okay. Dave, you alright?
Yeah, I got cut off momentarily there. Sorry, I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back.
Okay. I was just rambling on.
I probably haven't missed much. Are you?
No, you haven't. Basically, I've been getting drunk. I'm going skiing. That is really that's really. What
Have you had time to play any video games then?
Well, do you know what I did? I did. Just when we recorded the last show, I was absolutely 100% committed to doing the Year of Shame, going back through the back catalogue. So what was the first thing I did?
Played FIFA.
Bought a new game.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah. So Adamski posted that he was selling his Jedi Fallen Order, whatever it's called.
Yeah, there was a bit of stick about this, though, wasn't there? There was people going, "Oh, you've broken the rules." I don't know.
Well, I agreed to buy it on the 28th, and then obviously he posted it. And
when
it
did the
arrived on
transaction
the
happen?
3rd.
When did the financial
when did money
transaction
change
happen?
hands, Rich?
Straight away, it was onto me like a shark. I had to pay it immediately. He wouldn't.
You know what?
It
Can be a shark. That Adamski.
Yeah. But he sent it through the post. Sent it through with a lovely handwritten letter.
Did he threaten to send the boys round if you didn't pay?
Boys, what Darren? Darren and Matt.
The boys. Yeah.
What, to interfere with me if I didn't pay? He did. He did that anyway. So it did ride on the 3rd. Yeah, not to yeah. So I thought I've got to clear that because Dave has cleared it, and if Dave can clear it, I don't know what. Have you got? I know you've got it, Dave. Stu, you got it?
No, I didn't get it. No.
Duane, I know you haven't got it. Duane, no game.
No, that's one game he has got on it.
I have got that one,
is it?
but I haven't even looked at it yet.
I think I'm the only one who doesn't have it. Does James have it?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think.
Well, I should know. I could query his list, but I'm too lazy.
I mean, it's Star Wars. I'm gonna have it.
Well, it's I mean, my thoughts on it is basically Uncharted, isn't it?
There's a bit of extra stuff in
It's
there. There's some Uncharted.
Meets Dark Souls Light meets a Destiny intro. That's
okay.
That describes the game to me.
There's a bit of Zelda. There's a bit of Zelda in there as well, mate. I think.
In what way?
In what way? Just the revisiting areas with.
Well,
we don't want to give spoilers away, do we?
Bit more Metroidy with that kind of thing going on.
What the way they're cheap and they'd make you run to the end of one dungeon and then turn around and run to the other end by putting a door in the way. Yeah. It's I enjoy it. Obviously, enjoy the world. I don't know how far through I am.
Probably not far.
Probably not. I think I'm like on the second world. It feels like everyone's just absolutely caning through it, and I'm still. I mean, I'm doing it on Jedi Master, which I think most people are doing. I do notch it down a little bit on the bosses. But I was hoping to have nailed through it and being able to announce that, but I was finding it a little bit of a slog. But I don't know, Dave or Stu, whatever.
Are you enjoying it though?
Duane.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it, but I find the controls clunky. I don't feel like a power. I look at everything going back to Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man to me was the ultimate kind of action RPG. The gameplay, I wanted to fight in that. You know, I like to look for fights, and I enjoyed it. Whereas in Jedi, I kind of get a little bit bored of the fights. I don't feel that powerful in it. I don't know what it is.
I think you need to unlock more abilities, probably, Rich.
No. I've got most of the abilities. You know, throw, and everything like that. No, there's something about it that isn't quite as slick as I'd like it to be. You know, which is making the boss fights feel a little annoying. But don't get me wrong, I love the game. It's a great game. And the world and the story's interesting. The story's interesting than 90% of the Star Wars films. So that's a thing. So I'm cracking on through that. That's part of the pile. I thought I was off to a good start. Untitled Goose Game did on New Year's Day.
Early start.
That was good.
Oh, you completed it?
Yeah.
Done. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I did that. It's expensive and maybe overhyped, but it was a nice game. Mm-hmm. I got back into Blood Bowl, surprisingly enough. I've never done the story mode on that, which the story mode is basically 15 AI, Blood Bowl games, which is fine. And I think a few people have got it. You guys have got it. I don't know. It's probably very low on your list, but I thought I'd now through that anyway because that's relatively easy because I can do it on the train, going back and forth. And I have jumped back into FIFA a few times, but weirdly enough, I am losing. I think I might have broken my habit on FIFA.
Oh, really?
Every time I'm going in, I'm enjoying it, but slightly less than. Well, actually, I've never enjoyed FIFA. That's completely wrong. But I'm kind of thinking, this is what I am wasting my time here. I could be jumping in. So it's not. I'm not slammed through a load of games this month, but my behaviour has definitely changed, which is cool. Which is the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's the first month, and but yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. The big disappointment for me though is that I haven't yet even got back into The Witcher. So, don't
spoil it because we've got a section.
Later. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so Jedi, Goose Game, Blood Bowl, FIFA. That's what's been keeping me busy.
Okay, mate. Cool. Good stuff. What about you, Duane? What's life like in the future?
Well, it's pretty cool actually. I've played a couple of gigs recently, a couple of Fridays, super late nights. That's always fun. And like Rich, I'm gearing up for a snow holiday. I'm actually travelling to Japan in 2 weeks, and I'm a little bit excited.
Awesome. Oh, mate, that is amazing!
So excited for that.
I've been watching James Mayar, man, in Japan. Have you been watching?
I haven't. I'm going to get onto that when I get opportunity. It's like, do I watch TV or do I play some more games?
Yeah.
So you've done a couple of gigs, Duane. Did you say are you a stripper or?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I earn a bit on the side, strutting my stuff. I don't earn that much. I'll be honest. It's quite low paying.
Right. Do you get paid by the inch?
But yeah, exactly.
Or do you pay people?
Well,
are you like the hobo
it's a very
stripper?
very niche market, sort of slightly podgy, middle-agey kind of guy kind of fetish. So
yeah,
it's
to be fair, Duane. This was your idea to be a bit more open and personal. I mean, you got to give it to all.
No, I play bass guitar, so I'm in a band. So I kind of go out and do sort of shitty pub gigs. So it's fun, but it gets me out of the house for a little bit.
What?
Are you a better bass player than Vin Fuego?
I'm going to probably say no. I'm a pretty.
You don't. Hang on. Do you know who Vin Fuego is?
No. So I'm going to just say no.
No.
Okay.
Does
look that up? Look that up.
Who is? Well, I'm not looking it up. Who is he?
He's a bass player from Bad News. Remember Bad News?
Bad news.
Yeah, remember the comedy with
Rick
Mail?
They played at Donington, didn't they? Yes.
That's it, yeah. That's
Then I'm probably say yes. I probably am better
God,
than him. As a guess, I don't know. Yes. I'm going to say yes.
The British Spinal Tap rip-off.
Yeah. A little ice. I loved him. Bad news.
That's a bit before my time, fellas, I must say. So, Duane, what you been playing? How's your pile progress?
Pretty good. So I've class 5'd The Last of Us remaster. I really enjoyed going through that again. I had played it on the PlayStation 3. I had
hang on. I need to check what class. What do you mean you've class?
Finished it. Finished it. Not going back.
Completed it, mate.
It's a finish. Yeah.
Finished it, not going back. Not plus. Not.
No, I don't.
You platinum?
No. The trophies on that are really weird. There's like a lot of the multiplayer like stuff, and I can't be bothered with that. So yeah, but
where did you start off then? Where how far through?
I was probably about 2 hours in when I sort of re-picked it up. Okay. So I wasn't that far in, so I kind of crammed through that. Put a lot of time in. Forgotten how absolutely brutal that game can be in places. It's quite shocking sometimes, some of the shit that goes down. But yeah, really, really looking forward to Last of Us Part 2, hopefully in May, if they don't push it back.
What, is that going to be...
That's my Joker.
Are you revealing your Joker?
I've revealed my Joker many a time. It's definitely going to be Last of Us 2. It's the one game I've been waiting for a long time. And I have, since I finished that on the PlayStation 4, I've now gone back into Spider-Man. That was interesting going back after not playing it for almost a year and trying to remember how to play the bloody game.
How far were you? How far were you when you got back in?
4 or 5 hours into that when I...
Oh, so relatively, at the start. So it isn't that bad. It's not like you were halfway through and then you've got everything unlocked.
No, absolutely. So it was far enough to not want to start again, but also far enough to be like, shit, what am I doing? And I've almost finished Link's Awakening on the Switch. I'm in the last dungeon. Is it the Turtle Rock, which is at the top. So I'm pretty close to finishing that one now. That'll be class 5 before next month.
How far were you through the game when you?
Which one?
Was you already part way through the game? Link's
Awakening. Oh no, I completely started that from scratch. I got that for Christmas.
Oh wow. Okay, that's good. That's good going. Excellent.
Dwayne, I've bought that for my son for his birthday. It's good. Is it good?
Yeah, I love it. I played the original on the Game Boy when that came out many years ago, and I loved it then. And they've kind of updated it to make it look a bit more accessible, I suppose. But yeah, it looks really nice, plays really nicely. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, man. That world's completely alien to me. I've never got into that side of Nintendo. So
I've never played a Zelda game in my life.
What?
Just hang up, Stu. Just hang up now and just go.
You what? You never played?
No, I've never really been a Nintendo kid either. I've played Super Mario bit, but not really. It's just all gone past me by. So
yeah,
shame.
I think
the hate mail begin.
It's never too late, Stu. It's never too late.
It is. It is. It is definitely this year. Yeah. But I think we just split into pairs then, really, because I have never been able to really never loved Nintendo. Do you know that?
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I'm not knocking them. It's just it's never really spoke to me. I've never really.
Well, I can say you've missed some bloody awesome games then.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're probably right. Yeah,
and it is annoying that you get these party exclusives where you have to have each of those consoles to have them. And I can understand why people kind of go one way or the other, but there are some games that people go, "Oh, I've never played that." You say that's a real shame because it's actually really, really good. Despite the fact it's on the kiddie console, it's actually a really, really good game. Like the Metroid Prime series is just so amazing.
Yeah, well, in the dark future, everything will be on one platform anyway, so that'll be all good.
We'll see.
All right, Duane, played anything else?
No, that was it. So I've just trying to crack on with my pile to kind of get that out of the way.
Okay, mate. And now through the magic of editing, we are going to hear from James and see what he's been up to.
Hi, James.
Hello, James.
Hello, James.
Good morning, Midlifers, and anyone else listening, and welcome to me, James Yarwood, on my own. Apologies I couldn't be part of the podcast this month, but I'd just come back from Germany after a week away with work, and I was spending time with the family, so unfortunately the timescales didn't work. So this is just going to be a brief input to let you all know how I've been getting on. So we'll start with the Year of Shame, considering that's what this is all about. And I've cleared one game. I have cleared Game of Thrones. And spoiler alert, that is one roller coaster of an emotional ride, I can tell you. That family, they go through some shit in that game. That's mental. I like the fact that you can get lots of different aspects to it, depending on what choices you choose. I'd like to say I'd redo it and play it differently, but I'm not that sort of person, so that won't be done. And to be fair, it's been deleted anyway, so that's that done. And that's actually it on my pile. So my pile is reduced by 1 because I'm still playing FIFA, as I usually do, or Dead by Daylight, as I usually do. I did put Apatheon back on yesterday, and it was just as rubbish as it was when I first played it, so I couldn't be doing with that after about 10 minutes. So I don't even think that was on the list, to be fair, but no, that's gone. Next week I would probably like to start one of my bigger games. So which one? I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards The Last of Us, but it could be The Witcher or it could be Horizon Zero Dawn. Not sure which. Watch this space. And that's really about it for my pile. A bit boring, really. Outside of gaming, as I said, coming back from Germany. So when I was in Germany, I had a lot of time to game because I took my PlayStation over and played FIFA. And I also watched Milan on the... Somebody at work said it was a good film, and it was. I like Disney movies; they can be quite good. And yeah, outside of that, I'm good. Everyone at my house is good. My family's good. Not really much to report. So that's all from me, really. I will endeavour to be part of the next podcast, and I probably will be part of the next podcast. Until then, keep gaming, people, and catch you later.
Okay, yeah, we've just heard, thank you, James. We've just heard from James there. Stu, what's been going on in your world?
In my world, well, I had a New Year's Eve party, and if you saw, I did post on Christmas Day, and if you saw, I posted a quick little fun video of me deleting my my PayPal account and my PSN. So there's a little ritual to it now begins here. So obviously there are many other ways of injecting that account with lots of other funds, but it was just sort of a little ritual which I did. It was quite cool. And then,
so what loophole have you actually found then?
I've found no loopholes. There's no loopholes, sir. I'm squeaky clean, as they say.
Of course you are. Yeah.
What time did you go to bed, Stu? New Year's Eve. You had a party. What time did you go to bed?
About 2:30. Because most people left at 1.
Was it?
So it's quite just tidy.
Was it a car keys in the bowl at the end of the night sort of party, or?
Well, you knew. You were there. Remember?
I was in the wardrobe.
Yeah, you had the apple in your mouth. You had the apple in your mouth. Oh yeah, watching with the video recorder.
Dave's the only one who gags himself.
So and then
pink lady in his mouth.
I like Granny Smith, thank you.
There was a friend's birthday party. His birthday is it's on the 6th of January. God, I can't remember. Terrible. Sorry. Anyway,
isn't that Jesus' real birthday?
And so we went to a comedy club in Birmingham. It was really funny. It was a really good time. And then work, kids back at school, yada yada, and playing some games and doing some boring admin stuff for Year of Shame, but really enjoying it. So that's the boring stuff out of the way, I suppose.
What have you been playing then, mate? Yeah, let's have a listen.
Well, as you probably know by my thousands of posts about Puppeteer, I've actually finished Puppeteer now, and it's a great game. It's weird though. It's rock hard in some places. As in, if you do watch any of the streams I've posted, you'll sit there swearing at the screen. But honestly, it was just ridiculous in places. It just didn't make any sense. And then there's other bits, like the boss battles are ridiculously easy. It's like they're completely toned down.
When did this game come out? That's what
2013. 2013.
It looks really good.
And it was... And
so is it the end of the PS3 cycle, was it?
No,
hang on.
no, not really.
2013? No. When was that?
No.
7 years ago?
Yeah, no, I don't want to say it was a...
Is it a PS3 game?
Yeah, it's a PS3 game, and it's exclusive to PS3. And when it was made as well, they took advantage of 3D TVs, and you can tell when you play it. Now, I haven't played it on a 3D TV. I've got a 3D TV, and I think I might boot it up and have a go. But some bits in it are just incredible. You're just watching it, you're thinking, they've designed this for 3D TVs. It's just and it's a very story-heavy game, and at some points, it just constantly keep on talking to you. And it can get annoying, but if you're invested in the story, I mean, the story's typical, there's a boy trying to save souls, and, this bad guy's got all the souls, and he's just going through all the levels and all that kind of stuff. But it's split into 7 acts, and there's 3 curtains, and it's all set in a theatre. And that's what's so cool about it. So all the backdrops are like wooden characters, or like what you see in the theatre, and it's really clever in that way. So
it's a bit like,
I think that's probably why it looks really impressive.
A bit like Paper Mario, that kind of 2D kind of thing going on.
Yeah. Well, I know Paper Mario. Yeah. But because I think they can do a lot more graphically because they've made it simple like that. They don't have to keep on rendering whole worlds or things like that. So, it's really good. So I'm glad I've got to the end of it. It's now a category 5. I've now completed it, but I am not going after the trophies because they are taking the piss. I am not doing them. But I just
what kind of things they want you to do?
They are just like get all the heads. So your character has different heads, and depending on what head you put on, like it could be a typewriter or a shark or a blancmange, whatever. Then you can do various abilities, or it opens up secret levels, and you just got to get all those, and they just seem really time consuming. And I don't want to rush again. I think I've got everything I need out of the game because the game is actually story driven. So those bits are giving me nothing extra to the game. It's not
makes sense.
I mean, doing it for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, okay, I'm missing out on probably some bonus stages. That's all they are, just bonus stages. Oh, and sometimes you'll do them, and you can skip whole sections of the game. So it'll be like you can jump on this bird and it'll fly, and you're thinking, well, that's a bit weird because I'm not playing the game now. So what's the point? So, but and but I'm really happy with what I've done. I've got to admit the control scheme was a little bit frustrating. There's a mechanic where you got some scissors, and my God, that was so annoying because all you were doing was bashing the square button over and over and over again to get somewhere, and trying to control the character. It was really difficult with that. So
I think the control. One of the things that puts me off the game is when the control system isn't smooth.
No,
because it feels It doesn't feel like it's the gaming, like your gaming problem. It's like it's a mechanical problem that they're putting in front of you, and you're trying to overcome a poor design as opposed to
there is that, but
a mental challenge.
If you've got to think about how to control it, then it's not working. It needs to flow.
Definitely. To be fair, and also if you do watch any of the stream, half the time I'm doing the wrong button command as well. So there's a button to throw bomb, or there's a button to ram something, and they teach you all these commands quite close together, and then they expect you to use all the mechanics at the same time, and you're there going, oh shit, it's not that one. Oh crap, it's not that one. It's not that one. You end up getting through it, but like you also make some stupid mistakes where. But then again, there's a part where you do the boss battle, and it's in 2 parts. So the first part is like a typical platform where you do something, you move back, you do something else, and then it changes to a full motion video. Press X, press square.
Yeah,
and it's just really weird. Just think,
what like a timed action thing?
That's it. Yeah. But it's really slow time. Honestly, you've got to be really rubbish if you don't get it. It's terrible. So, but it's good because when they're in those, it's like cinematic. The sprites are massive on the screen. It's and if you had it on a 3D TV, it'd be really in your face. It'd be really impressive. So I think I understand why they've done it for that spectacle of you know what, you've done the hard bit of the boss now. This is the
fun bit.
This is the finale. Yeah. This is the little bit. Yeah, this is the little bit now. So we don't expect you to fail this. You've done the hard bit. This is your little reward for doing it. So no, but it's a good game. I really recommend it. So it's a shame it's stuck on the PS3. I don't know whether it's on PS Now. If it is and anybody's got subscribed, it's really honestly worth having a go. It's one of those sadly overlooked games. You know, it's a shame. But I did buy that full price when it come out, and I didn't play it until I think I only played the first 3 acts, and then for some reason I just stopped playing. And I don't think I played it because I didn't like it. I just, you know, when you do something else.
Been there
and
many
you don't go
times.
back to it.
Yeah, that's why we've got so
like,
many games. No, we haven't played. Yeah,
and so now I've gone back to it like 7 years later, and you know I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my time with it. So the other game really I've been playing, well, Div 2, of course. I'll jump into that one every now and then. And Untitled Goose Game. Now I'm about halfway through there, and I'll echo Richard's statement. Yeah, it's good. It's really funny, but it's not this. I don't know. It's one of those. I think if you're going to take it by the hype, you can be very disappointed by the game. But it is a good game. It's a nice little romp, and that's it really. I'm about halfway
when did you
through.
buy that, Stu? Was that a bit of a panic buy?
That was before Christmas. No, before Christmas. I suppose that was a panic buy, if you think about it. Not really a panic buy. It's just it was a Christmas and it was in the sale. I think I got it for about £10. Was it £10?
Was it more than £10?
Yeah,
retail?
I think instead of 15 quid on the it's only a downloadable game. So it was 15 quid, I think, normally, or 14.99 or 15.99, and I got it for 10 something, if I remember rightly. So I thought, oh, that's good. And to be fair, I had all the intentions to play it with the kids. The kids have not even seen it once. My wife's seen it. She thinks it's ace because this is Goose with attitude. But, you know, apart from that.
That's a thing.
Isn't that all geese?
Yeah, they're all geese, yeah. So, also, as well, I think we posted it as well, the PS3 issue. I've got 3 PS3s, but I've got 2. I've got one set. Yeah, don't worry about it. My daughter's got.
Have you got 4 PS4s?
No, I've got 2.
He's got a couple of PS2s.
What have you committed to?
My son's got a PS4. I have a PS4. My daughter has a PS3. I have 2 PS3s. But the second PS3 was a mate of mine's giving it me because he was going to throw it away, and the DVD drive doesn't work. And how my setup is at the moment, I want to do Wonderbook. And
Stu, can I? Is this you trying to explain why you were buying games on the PlayStation Store the other day? Is that what this is? I
wasn't buying any games. No. But this is a nice little segue into that one. So I got the PlayStation. Now the DVD drive doesn't work, which is fine. So set it all up, working great.
Just before you carry on, this feels like an elaborate story that you've rehearsed.
No, not at all.
He's reading it. He's got it written down. He's reading it.
If you were
caught in the PlayStation Store, so carry on.
Yes, you're allowed to go in the PlayStation Store. If you want to see any of my bank details or anything like that, then you're more than welcome to scan through my transactions.
I'll just have your card number, sort code, and the 3 digits off the back, mate. That'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay, then. Nice one. So set up this play, and all intention, because the way it's all set up is where my normal PlayStation is. The camera doesn't work where it's located, so I thought I'll get this one and set it all up. Brilliant. I'll now go on the store, download the games I already own. Yeah, see, and then
they're not in your library then.
Well, yeah, they are in my library.
So why did you just go on the store?
Well, you have to download them onto your device.
Do you?
Yeah, they're not just magically there.
Aren't they in your library, though, for the download?
Yeah, they're in the library.
He was putting them on a different machine.
Service. On a different PlayStation. The PlayStation had nothing on it. It was wiped. It was a clean PlayStation. Mm-hmm. So then I went on the store to download the games I already own and which are already on my list, my Year of Shame list. So
he's sweating, Rich. I can see beads of sweat appearing on his forehead.
I ain't sweating.
I ain't
sweating out nothing.
I'm sorry, I haven't really checked it out, but if I've got a game that I've bought on the store but haven't yet downloaded, I go to my library.
Yeah, he was putting on a different machine.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have to go to the store to go to the library. You can't. There's no way to get to the library without going to the store.
Okay, I'll put a demo on to show you how you do that without going to the store.
Okay. You can use a web browser and you can use the Piddle app. or the PSDL app. Fuck you, Richard. I have broken no rules. I tell you, I am king. I ain't going down, copper.
Listen. If you don't want a haircut, don't sit in the hairdressers, mate. Okay.
I suppose though, right? I do have a dirty secret though, and it's not a violation of the Year of Shame challenge at all. But you know,
Is it a violation of your marriage vows? That's what
right. So you know, on the intro show where we were like talking about the games we got, and one of them I mentioned was I forgot the name. Something
Watch
dogs.
Watch
Okay,
Dogs.
what is it?
Sleeping Dogs.
What? Sleeping Dogs?
Right, Sleeping Dogs. But I said earlier on the PS3. Well, it was on sale on the PS4, and so I thought I want to play the PS4 version. I don't want to play the PS3.
Ooh.
So, and that was before Christmas.
That's okay.
So I just double dipped. But I know it's okay. But it's a bit of a dirty secret. I really should have kept with the PS3 and just battled through it. But I thought, no, I want the PS4 version.
Why?
Because I prefer my controller. Even though you can pair a PS4 controller to a 3, but it works better. It just works. So
Right. That's insane, Whitehouse. Like, you're the only one in this group who has a PS3 and is bothered booting that old machine up, and you could have done it. Huh?
Sorry, I didn't
You
catch
did
any
go a
of
bit.
that.
You cut
Yeah,
out.
break it. I said you're the only one bothering to go back to the old gen.
Oh yeah,
and do it.
Oh,
and even
no,
when you
no.
had the opportunity, so you bought the PS4 version.
Yeah. But
No reason whatsoever.
No. Oh no. Well, there was a reason because the other games didn't have any upres. I mean, like for instance, Vanquish. I would have happily bought Vanquish on the PS4 if it was available. But I've got it on the PS3. I will play it on the PS3 because I need to complete it.
Just resolution?
No, I think better control screen, better controller, things like that. So no, not resolution because I really like my PS3 anyway. I just thought, it's an open world game. I'm going to play it for a bit of time. I might as well. The way I play on my PS3 as well at the moment, I have to have a cable to get my controller to work because the PlayStation is in a completely different room to where I am. So it just works better that way, and it's just it's just easier.
That's fair enough, mate. That's absolutely fine, Stu. You've broken no rules that we have determined yet, but we'll keep
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
We'll keep digging. There's something on him. There's something there, Rich, isn't there?
You know what?
There is something suspicious. There is something suspicious. I feel like Columbo. Wait a minute.
You look like Columbo.
One more thing.
Do I?
Stu, you've been playing anything else then?
Div 2, the Total Gears game, Puppeteer. No, I don't think I have. No, not anything I can remember. No, I haven't. No. Spreadsheets.
What?
That's a great game.
You love a good spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets. YOS spreadsheets. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, should we go? What about you? What's been going on with you then, Dave?
Outside of gaming, probably the biggest thing I'm doing at the minute is moving house.
That's cool.
Is it because of the? Is that because of the coppers are after you and something? Or
yeah,
is it
I've
something
said
you
to the family,
group?
I said don't have anything that you got to be able to grab everything within 30 seconds and just leave.
Are you living like Ozark?
That's it. When you see those blue lights flashing, kids, grab your teddies. We're fucking going. Get your favourite teddy. We're off.
It's like the beginning of Last of Us. Well, no, hopefully, actually, that's.
Jesus Christ, Rich, that's dark.
Horrible thought.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. Go there.
Yeah, that is dark. That's absolutely not going.
It's not. It's
Anyway,
nothing like that.
back on
We just need a bigger house, slightly bigger house. Not as big as Rich's, obviously. Fuck me. Let's keep it sensible. But slightly bigger, and the new house will have its own dedicated gaming room, which I'm chuffed about.
Very nice.
Does your wife know about this yet?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Does your wife know about this?
Oh, she knows. Yeah. She knows. So yeah. So, but it's at the stage now where
I don't believe a fucking word of it, mate. That's what you've been told. You've been convinced to stump up for a new house. Mate, I've been there. Absolutely been there. I'm right now sitting in what was going to be my game.
What room is it now?
Which is now a GCSE study room.
What? Okay, well, I could say the same. I'm now in my wife's outside office where she does all the sewing, which I would love to as my game room.
Which would have been your gaming room.
Exactly.
So you could fit a
today,
snooker table in that room, mate,
absolutely
that you're sat
done
in now. And you've got a load of sewing machines in there.
I don't think you'd be able to do anything with it though. If you'd be able to just get a snooker table.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to play it. You could just look at it.
No. Okay.
What's the fucking point?
That's just normal.
It's a shame because that's a good segue into
It
pure
is.
pulp.
So that's what we're doing. We're at the stage where we haven't got a move-in date yet. So I'm basically just giving money to people for reasons I don't quite understand.
Keep shy, signing the checks.
That's
keep
it.
smiling.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where it is. So right,
Okay.
game-wise then. So in terms of what I've been playing, a few actually. To be fair, so we'll start with Star Wars. So I finished Star Wars.
Nice.
And how did you find it?
I really enjoyed it.
Do you agree with Rich's? Do you agree with Rich's quick review? Or are you going to have a fight on air?
No, I do agree with it. I think it's a really good.
So you played it on story
Fuck
mode,
off!
did you?
No, I did not, mate. I didn't. No, I didn't.
You
Honestly,
did.
I didn't.
You did.
I
could
played
tell
it
by your
on
face you played it on the story
normal,
mode.
whatever normal was called, Jedi something. I don't know. I don't know what the level was.
Padawan?
Padawan.
Fucking Padawan. No.
No, what was it? What was that really shit one? Was it Jedling? No.
Youngling. I played it on
Younglings,
Youngling.
that's the one. Younglings.
Yeah.
No, I played it on normal. I didn't notch it up because, why punish yourself? But
That's true. And it doesn't do anything for the trophies either, does it? You can complete the game on Younglings and...
I didn't play it on Youngling. It was good. It's good. It's a really good game. It's a good mashup. There's bits of Uncharted. I thought there was some Zelda in there. There's definitely some Metroid in there, Duane. You're right, going back and unlocking areas with new shit.
Yeah.
There was some Dark Souls stuff. I've not played any Dark Souls or played Bloodborne. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? But though
yeah, it's got it does look like it's a little bit like when they released Destiny. It's just like they sat down in the writers' room and went, right, what are the
what's hot right now?
Let's make a game like that.
So in my opinion, the Dark Souls bits are so light, like the unlocking shortcuts and losing your shit to someone that kills you, and you've got to go back but you don't have to kill them. You just have to hit them once to get your stuff back, and the stuff you lose is neither here nor there really.
No, exactly. It's proper sort of nursery school Dark Souls, but you can see they tried to.
But no, I really enjoyed it. It was engaging. The story carries you along. It makes you want to keep going and finish it, which I've done. I've finished the story. I haven't got all the collectibles and everything else, but to be honest, once I've finished the game or finished it, I'm not going to go back to that.
But you're not really you're not really
no. Once I've got to the end of the story, that's it. So I'm confident that I won't go back to that. I'll just trade that in for something else now. That's all right, isn't it? Oh no,
you
okay.
won't.
Oh, fine.
Not
all
this
right.
year, you won't. That's a nice little slip. We could have had him there.
So that was that one. So the way I'm approaching it is I'm just working alphabetically through my pile.
Starting with Jedi.
I don't. I haven't got any games that start with the letters A to I. That I haven't got any. No. Killzone's next.
Oh, you got Killzone on your list?
No, I haven't. No, it's it's the only game I can think of quickly that started with a K, mate. To be honest. No, so alphabetically. So therefore, I've got a couple of games that start with numbers because we all know that numbered games come before A's. So the first number starting game I played was a game called 10 Second Ninja.
Oh yeah, that was
which sounds a bit like my
game,
sexual technique actually.
10 whole seconds.
Stealth. Yeah, and a ninja, so they never see him coming.
No. Sorry, it's 10 second ninjas.
Oh right, yeah. Comma. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Comma.
Wasn't that a PS mini game?
It was PS Plus. It's
it's a PS Plus game. That was.
It's a strange game. I'm not going to say too much about it. It's too fast paced. There's too much skill needed. It's not for me. It's not for me. Basically, move on.
It's not for me. So you jumped over that.
It's class 5. Yeah, that's gone. Right, the next one is 2064 read-only memories. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah, I played that last year. That's a game I need to get back to. So I really enjoyed it.
I bored the pants off me, to be honest. What
the hell are these games?
This is a PS Plus game as well. I played it on the Vita. It's really good on the Vita because it's a text.
It's a text adventure game. Cyberpunk, 8-bit art style. I just found it boring. It wasn't engaging at all, to be honest. Moving on. Okay. So that's class 5. Then I played a game called Absolver, which is quite interesting, actually.
And how long did it take you to class 5 that?
How many minutes? No, actually, I probably played an hour or so of this one, to be fair. It's like a fighting... Right.
Are you only picking games which you got free on PS Plus, not the games you actually paid hard-earned cash for?
Mate, I'm doing it in alphabetical order, I've said.
He's doing the alphabetical order, starting with the numbers.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but numbers are always at the start of any alphabetical list, aren't they?
Yeah, but to be fair, they're not alphabet.
They're not.
Numeric.
Yeah.
It's numeric. But, we're all friends here.
Yeah.
Did you guys get...
You've been wasting your times.
So, I'm just going to ignore you fuckers and plough on, to be honest.
Okay, keep ploughing.
Yeah, so Absolver is... it's a fighting game, actually. Fighting exploration game. It's pretty good. Did you not?
With it. I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it at all.
It's
That was it. That's all I got to say about that.
My problem with it, I think, the fighting mechanics are reasonable. To be fair, it's just not engaging enough. It's not flashy enough for me. It didn't.
Do you know what this is? If you keep concentrating on the PS Plus games, mate, it's gonna be like a gaming jumble sale.
Can I just say again? Can I say again?
Duane doesn't download them, and I don't download them. Is they are majority shit.
You can't say they're shit. But
majority.
People...
Okay. The majority of them. Okay, so 100% of the PS Plus games you've just reviewed are effectively shit, apart from one's reasonably good.
I'll say again, I'm going through in alphabetical order.
Okay.
I just didn't buy any games that started with A.
Why bother with the alphabet then?
I'm going to say, sorry, one more thing before we go on with this. So, next month or the next time we do a podcast, are you going to go back to the start again and then readdress the ones, say if you've got another numbered game and then an A and a B, or is this you're only doing games which are numbers and A to start with, and then next month?
Well, B and C and D.
B, Bs and Cs and Ds.
Fucking hell. I'm just inviting far too much scrutiny for this. This is unbelievable. Next month, I'm only going to play games I've bought that I've paid money for. Okay, good.
Okay,
good idea.
So continue.
So Absolver then class 5 gone. Not didn't.
Oh, we are onto the A's. That's good.
the next game is a game called Alienation, which starts with an A.
Oh, okay.
That is again.
We got that.
It's a PS Plus game. This game's good. This game's good.
Alien.
No, not Alien Nation. Alienation.
Okay.
Is it a twin stick? Is it a twin stick shooter?
Top down. Yeah. How smart?
Yeah.
They make some good things.
Is that like a bit like a kind of live action XCOM?
Yeah, it's similar stylings, mate. Yeah.
Alienation. Oh my god!
Is it
I've got that
turn-based?
somewhere.
No.
Is it a turn-based game? I thought it was an actual
No, but
action.
It's a shooter, twin stick shooter,
above.
effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I've got that, and I can't even think what bloody platform I've got it on.
Rich,
Got
it's too hard for you,
all.
mate. Don't bother.
It must be a PS3.
No, it's PS4.
Is it?
No, it's Vita. When you downloaded it, you got them on all platforms.
Oh shit! Do you know what? I haven't even loaded up the Vita. I've got a number of things on the Vita. I'm not even going there. Okay, Alienation.
It's good. Like I said, it's how smart they make good shooters. Well, they used to. They've stopped doing them now. They said there's no money in it. But it's good. I haven't finished it. I've got to a point where it's become far too difficult for me, so I've stopped playing it. But
class 5 it.
I'm class 5 in it. Now. Yeah. No, actually, no. I'm class 5/6 because I may go back to it because it's good fun to just play.
Oh, is it an evergreen then?
Potentially, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
I play.
It's evergreen doesn't mean you'll never complete it because you're shit at it. It means it's a never-ending game.
Yeah, it's like a service game, like a.
Yeah, wait. I've got Resogun as a class 6.
You can't have Resogun as a class 6, can you? Oh, I suppose.
It's a score chaser. You chase high scores on it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose you could wangle that one in just about.
Okay.
Cheaty Dave, that's what we'll call him.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing. So next month I will only play games that I've paid cold hard cash for because I can't handle the scrutiny, to be honest.
Yep.
Which part of the alphabet would you be starting at?
Well, how are you guys ordering your games then? How are you deciding on your priorities?
I've got my own priority list.
I've color coded the covers.
Excellent, Rich. Yeah.
So I'm playing yellow covers.
Duane, how are you deciding on yours? You got putting one in each hand, or putting them behind your back, and getting your wife to choose a hand? Are you? Gameplay.
Right. So I'm just I'm at the moment prioritising mostly games that I've put a fair amount of time into to just clear them off the board before I kind of look at anything new.
Quick wins then. Quick wins?
Yeah, basically just kind of clear the stuff which I've kind of invested time into already, get them out of the way before I look at anything new. But saying that, I'm really tempted to just jump into Fallen Order because I just really want to play it. It's just whatever I fancy playing, really.
It's very good, mate. And it is very it's very Star Warsy.
Exactly.
I know it's a Star Wars game, but
play it.
It's very Star Warsy, and it's got a lot of polish. You'll like it. You'll like it.
I'm looking forward to it. I am really looking forward to it.
I've just sorry to butt in, but you know the classes. I've just looked. Most of the games what Dave has said has been played. You could class it as a class 2. It's called doing a mat. 20 minutes or less play time.
I have done a fair bit of that. I have done a fair bit of that.
And then really you've just binned it off anyway, so...
Right.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's part progress. So we'll move on to the next section.
Which is going to be introduced by Rich, who's done a runner. Thanks, Rich.
That's a good time for a wee break, actually. So, okay, right. So, time for our next segment now. Just before we do that, though, I just want to go off on a slight tangent. As you guys know, I'm a bit of a tennis fan, and watch a bit of BBC.
I did know.
Well, I am, and I watch a bit of BBC coverage of Wimbledon. And a few years ago, you're all familiar with Pat Cash. Yeah. Fully paid up member of the BBC Wimbledon commentary team. And
Pat Cash
is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And a few years ago, they paired him with a tennis player called Jeff Tarango. Has anybody heard of Jeff Tarango? No. Okay, he's an American tennis player, and they gave them a segment together called. Guess what it was called? No, it was called
Tarango and Cash.
Tarango and Cash. Excellent, Duane. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course it was.
After the film Tango and Cash, which is a classic example of somebody coming up with a name for something before deciding on the actual content of it. Which leads me nicely into the next segment. So, Rich, take it away.
Dave's challenge.
Thanks, Dave. I completely rebuke that. So, Dave is challenged is our monthly segment whereby Dave Packer is severely challenged to a game of our choice. And if you think I came up with that name before this segment,
you're right.
Then you're absolutely right.
Then you're right. You're absolutely right. But it works. It works because Dave is a self-confessed gaming aficionado or gaming terrible. Yes. So this month we allowed Dave to choose the game to give him a bit of a head start, and completely unsurprisingly, he took it to an extreme and cheated in any way to try and possibly get some kind of advantage. Yeah, by
picking a video game.
By picking a real world game that had been converted to a video game, pure pool. Okay, which means we had to have actual real life skills. Like, look at Duane. Do you think he's ever been out socially to play pool?
He's in a fucking band.
Radio.
Of course he has.
What's pool?
It would have required him to have socialised in a pub. Yeah, none of us do that, Dave. This is the whole point of it. Yeah? A game. We wanted an actual game. But anyway, whatever. Rules are rules. So this month, pure pool was the challenge. But you couldn't even leave it at that, could you? You couldn't just challenge us to a game of pool. We had to have some specific side weird game of it called Perfect Potter, which meant that we had to challenge you to pot as many balls, 15 ball pool.
Yeah.
I think it was, wasn't it? Well, I think it was. I know it was. I played about 75 hours in this game. It was 15 ball table. And we had to pot every single one without a single mistake and come up with the sequential total, I guess. And then we're going to challenge it and there. So let's have a bit of a round robin and see how we got on. So first of all, Duane, how did you get on?
You got to pot as many balls as you can without missing. That's the premise.
Without missing. Without missing. Yes.
So
yes, it had some nice jazz music. I listened to a lot of jazz. How did you get on, Duane? How did you look? Do you like this game? What's your
well?
rating
I have to say, I honestly thought I was going to be terrible, and I surprised myself by actually being worse than I thought I was going to be. It was okay, I guess, as a pool simulator, and the massive total I managed to put up on the doors by the end of my attempt before I went, fuck this shit, I'm going to play a proper game, was 13.
Stu's going crazy.
I guess that means he got more than 13.
He got...
God,
okay,
honestly, I thought I was
so
the world's worst.
I didn't even clear a table, man. I sent that white ball flying so many times it was ridiculous.
Yeah, excellent. Sorry, I don't know if I didn't catch it, but how many hours did you put into it?
Probably about 2.5, 3. I got very bored very quickly.
3 hours of it. Okay,
that's not bad though. I think that's probably a good run, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Stu, let's.
Oh God!
What did you think about this game?
No, my history over Pure Pool it's all to do with Packer. He had the game, and we played a couple of multiplayer games, and it is a really good pool game. But unfortunately, the multiplayer servers have done a shit. You can't hardly do multiplayer.
There's only six people play it, mate, worldwide at the moment. So that's why.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and 5 of them here.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. However, I got slightly better than Duane, I have to say. That's why I was punching the air.
You cleared the table. You cleared the table.
I cleared the table once. My score was an 18, motherfucker.
18.
I'll just post that for you on the old Skype board.
Okay.
But
how many hours do you reckon? How many hours
I'd
do you reckon
say
you put into it?
probably about 4 to 5. Yeah, I'd say about that. Because I was like jumping in, like doing 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes, whatever. Or if it was late night,
Right.
probably about half hour here and there. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also,
fabulous.
if you look at the image I've just sent you, it's quite embarrassing because, oh no, I've done one way and listen to this, because it tells you there how many you played to get to that score. And apparently I only played 28, but that's a lie. I played way more than that. Oh no, I had to reset my game because...
That's probably a better thing. How many games did you play? Duane,
I honestly couldn't say. I couldn't say.
Probably about 100. There's probably about 100 I did to get to that.
Fucking hell, that's terrible.
I know it is. I know.
That is shit, mate. Okay.
Yeah, but when there's
I know.
proper games to be playing to get off your list, you just kind of think, I can't be bothered.
I've
I've got another 3. Fuck this.
Okay. So we have been kind of chatting about it. We've not been really revealing their scores. I dropped a few. I don't think I've got a winning score unless Dave's had a complete nightmare this month. So I'm going to reveal mine. I did 145 games.
No. That was the games. I thought that was the score. Then fuck me. I shit myself then.
145 games, and the best I got to was 48.
Oh, you bastard! That's still
pretty good.
That's not bad, mate.
So that was it. What I
3 and
actually
a bit
found,
racks.
What actually I'm hoping to do is when we get together, boys, actually play some real pool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think I might have learned how to play pool. I mean, this might be the best thing that's ever come out of this. Is that I've got a feeling. Actually, unless the pool table has a big long white line and then a yellow line away from the pool, I'm probably going to be shit at it. But it feels like I can actually understand the mechanics of pool. Okay, so
Rich, that's frustrating because 48. So 3 racks is 45. So you had a lot of balls left on the table when it. Did you pop the white or something or?
Yeah. So it was. I got a little bit cocky. And tried to place it. So it was a bit of a controller at the wall moment because I thought, do you know what? I can just slip this one into the middle pocket. It was always the middle pockets that screwed me up.
You can't hit it too hard, mate. You can't hit it too hard into the middle.
It was always bouncing against that side on that middle pocket. So I actually failed on that 48 for just a slight little hit, a bounce against the pocket and an out. Yeah, no, I could have got that. I could have probably nailed that table a little bit more, but yeah, and then I couldn't. I had some 42s, some 46s, not 46s, no 42s. I think, yeah. So the last three balls on the third table, always on the cushion. Yeah. That kind of thing. Not being able to reposition the cushion pockets. But
Duane, I'll tell you, we must have played a different game to what these lot were playing.
I think so. I think I got the dodgy version.
Is Yarwood sent you his score?
I found if you. So I have Yarwood's score, so I don't know how we want to do this. Let's do
Dave's first.
Let's do Dave's first.
Yeah, come on, Dave. Show us what you got. I didn't like that.
Because I think that bastard's beaten me. That's why.
Have you beaten Rich?
Yeah, easily.
Oh, well,
he's beaten me.
Easily.
Easily.
This game. I fucking love this game. Correction.
I want to know how many games.
I used to love this game, but I've just kicked the ass out of it for myself, to be honest, because I've introduced an element. I used to play it for fun. Now this challenge has introduced an element of danger into it for me, which has just spoiled my enjoyment.
Added the pressure.
Yeah, but there we are. I've played over 1,000 games of this.
Okay, so 10.
No, in
10
total.
In total, not for this. In total,
I'm going to defend him a bit here.
so
Yes,
when you know that thing a few days ago where you could get your PlayStation statistics for last year and your top 3 games. Well, this was my 3rd game. This was in my top 3. I played 22 hours of this last year.
I mean, this is your Joker.
My all-time top score on Perfect Potter is 113.
Yeah.
But for this, specifically for this challenge, because obviously that I negated that score for that, and it was just for this month.
Fair, very good of you. Thank you very much.
I haven't reached those heights, I'm afraid. My score was 73.
Ooh, very good.
Still good. It's still a good
Rich,
score.
tell me Yarwood's score.
Do I need to splice in a drum roll?
You need to get the beeper, Stu. You need to get the beeper ready in a minute. Potentially,
Yarwood hit some heights on this quite early on, didn't he? Because he was. He
told me he had a 66.
Already.
Fucking hell, Rich! Come on, mate. The tension's killing me. It's fucking killing me.
So Yarwood, after posting a 66 early, has just told me his highest score is 63.
Oh, Dave.
But I suspect James has no idea because he's only flying back from because he posted 66, and I've just got a message from him 63. But I think you've done it, mate, and I think Yarwood will be absolutely screwing.
Do you think this is why he's not on the podcast tonight? Do you think?
I should imagine it. I should imagine it is because he probably hasn't got because he hit that 66.
Yeah, he
early.
did.
And exactly. So that is just 7 balls away.
Packer,
so
who would have thought that you are the alpha male of pool?
Final thing I'd like to do is congratulate Dave on his first win in Dave is Challenged. I was very, very disappointed that he won. 63 was my highest score. Not enough. Absolutely gutted. So from now on, I guess the aim is to make him go 0 for the next 11 if we can. And prove that he really is a shitty gamer.
Congratulations, Davis Challenge is the one. As Dave is the winner. Okay.
Can we pause the recording for 5 minutes while I go to the toilet and masturbate, or not?
No, just do it now. Seriously.
No, because now shit gets real, Dave. Now you actually have to play some real games.
I've got an early win, boys. Come on,
it's your only one.
It's all downhill from here.
Only one.
Yeah. Exactly, and this won't be trying to nick stuff from your local Safeway, whatever it is, the other skill you've got.
This is why he's got to move out of his house.
Exactly.
You'd be amazed how many twists I can fit up my anus.
No, we're not.
How many? Sorry, is this month's challenge?
It's the same as my Pure Paul score, 73.
Excellent. All right. Okay. So Future Boy. So this month, Future Boy is challenging you, and Duane has picked a game. Duane.
Right.
From his massive back catalogue.
Here it comes. Tell me how you've picked this challenge.
Right, so I
perused.
I was looking for a specific game and it was there. I was looking for a very particular game when I looked at his Year of Shame challenge list, and I thought, it's there, I'm going to do it. Originally, I was going to do something a little bit nasty, a little bit evil, and ask for a specific trophy, but I thought, no, I can't do that because that'd just be a little bit mean. So this is just going to be a straightforward trophy run. As many trophies as you can possibly get within the month before we next record. Bear in mind, you do have a 10-day advantage on me because I won't be taking my PlayStation 4 to Japan.
Getting his excuses in early, like it.
No.
Remote play.
I don't have a Vita.
You don't need a Vita. You can do it on your phone.
I'm not.
Depends what game it is.
I'm not playing this on my iPad. So the game is the remake of Resident Evil that was originally released on the GameCube. That's now on the PlayStation 4.
And it is in your back catalogue. You get to kill two birds with one stone.
I played the fuck out of this game on the GameCube when it originally came out. Good luck.
So this is the Resi Evil remake.
Yep.
Okay, that Dave has on his PS4.
Yep.
And it rings a bell with me having that. So the specifics of this game, we'll post them, we'll tie these rules down. But it is who can score by the end of this month the highest number of trophies registered on that game, yeah? Of any level, from bronze to silvers and golds, and obviously platinum would be.
If he gets a platinum,
so just take this.
Regardless if anybody else gets platinum, if he gets platinum, I'll defer and give him the win.
Oh, okay. That's nice of you.
So we're just going to do a total trophy count for that game by next podcast. How do you feel about that, Dave?
Yeah.
Dave?
No, sorry. No, I'm here. I don't think I've got that game. Is it on my list?
You do. It's on your list, man. It's on your list.
Is it Resident Evil 4?
No, it's a Resident Evil remake. I was looking at your list and it said Resident Evil remake.
Oh, have you ballsed up, Dave? Have you put a game on which you shouldn't
I might have.
You being a bit of a dick.
Um...
I'm loading up his list now myself.
Right. What I think we'll do is we will take a break.
Yes, please. Yeah. Yes, let's sort this out.
And we will check that out.
Yeah, I can confirm that I've got that game, Duane.
Nice
one. The challenge is on. As many trophies as we can before we record next. Yeah?
Yep, and if you manage to get platinum, if a couple of us manage to get platinum, we'll defer, you get the win. Because, fuck me, if you can get platinum off some of those bloody trophies, you earn it.
So this is unlike Pure Pool. This is a proper video game.
This is a proper video game.
Yes.
And it's scarier than Pure Pool as well, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
Well, it's
a little bit.
It's the first Resident Evil. It can't be that scary.
Yeah.
Is it still tank? Is it still tank?
Oh
controls?
yes, that's the scariest part. Is the tank controls.
The shit controls. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Okay. So we have our challenge.
Also, I can confirm I have that game as well, so I can probably join in the shenanigans as well.
What shoot? Did you just invent a new word there?
I think so. I was taking a drink at the same time.
The shenanigans or something.
Shenanigans.
Fantastic word. Excellent.
Exactly.
Right.
So we could throw that open to the community, and anyone listening has got that game as well. Feel free to join in and post your scores.
The more the merrier.
Or post your amount of trophies, and the more the merrier. So Davies challenged. January 2020 is on.
Awesome.
So okay, thank you, Rich. Just before we end this particular segment, though, I think it's important to have a recap of the Pure Pool scores. So if you could just repeat those in reverse order, ascending order, that would be fantastic.
Well, average per game, you scored.
You didn't ask that.
No,
games,
but that's since
113.
But that 1,000 is since time began. That's not this month. That's since time began.
One at 0.113 per game. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, well done, Dave.
Well done. So, what was everybody's scores then? Have you got them written down or?
Yeah, everyone's scores. If you want to do a recap, then it was Duane was 13, Stu was 18.
Yes, get
My
him.
good self was 48. James will be kicking himself at 66, even though he just texted me 63, but we know that wasn't true. And Dave, 73.
Oh,
Dave,
well.
I will be expecting a, just like bingo, yeah? I'm going to walk over to your table. You need to post that screenshot. If you fail to post that screenshot in the next 24 hours, then James wins.
That's very fair.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Dave, you've gone quiet, haven't you? Because have you actually screenshot?
So I was just putting my penis away. Sorry. Okay, excellent. Right, thank you, Rich. Good. Right, so, right, next thing then, we're going to move on to community questions.
Oh, community questions, that's me.
So, what are the questions like in the future, Duane?
Oh,
Actually, can I just point out, nobody's asked Duane what time it is yet over there, so can I be the first to do so?
You can do. It's 11:45 on Sunday morning, Sunday the 19th of January, 2020.
He is in the future, this boy. How does he?
It's unbelievable.
Wow, he's Marty McFly.
Right, so a couple of questions came through from James, from somebody that apparently him and Richard play with. I have no idea who this person is. The first question from them is, what is Richard's forfeit for guessing and playing Fallen Order in Jam? But I think we discussed that earlier on, so I don't think we really need to...
Yeah, there was no
I don't think we really need to worry about that.
He's broke no
rules broken, no forfeit.
Confirmation, and that's just trolling. That's not an actual question, Duane. And I'm presuming that's come from one Gary.
Well, I assume so. You know better than I do, my friend. So the next question, also from Gary Herbert, is Richard drunk?
Yes.
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
Herbert.
Oh, okay.
Well, I kind of came into this with a stinking hangover, and I've, for the record, 4 beer and Moretti's and a rather pokey little Aspel cider, Harrow Sparrow, at a good 7%. So that's, I wouldn't say drunk, but back on the level.
Seems reasonable. The next question, this means nothing to me, because obviously I don't do sports.
Oh, Vienna.
Nice. Deli Alley, legend or legend?
Deli Alley, legend or legend?
That's the question.
Is this
it's
a
a football thing, apparently. Something to do with Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out.
I think that's Tottenham.
Okay. Okay. So Duane, would you like to answer that?
I'm going to say legend.
And do you know who Deli
I'm
Alley
assuming
is?
some kind of soccer-playing football man.
Soccer
playing football, man.
Yes, soccer. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I think that one's sent up to also when James does his segment, I'm going to get James to answer that, because that is specifically trolling James. Did anyone else send any questions in apart from Gary, the bloody troll Herbert?
Not from anywhere else. We got a fair few from the community actually, and some of them are pretty bloody good. So the first one is from the lovely Kath McCauley, and she asks, if all the assassins from Assassin's Creed were tasked with assassinating each other, who would survive and why?
Wow.
Go with you first, Stu. Go on.
I've only played Black Flag and a little bit of Origins, so no idea. Okay, because I've completed Black Flag, I would say that particular assassin, which I don't know his name.
It's Captain Jack Sparrow, I think. Yeah,
is it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, oh, okay. So, I was going to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, I think that one would take on the one from Origins, because I've played all the Black Flag and halfway through Origins. That's it. That's my answer.
Origins.
Origins.
So what's your opinion on this one, Richard?
Me, I can't.
It's a good question.
I can't even bloody remember. I've played Assassin's Creed 2, the Italian one.
The Italian
Ezio
or something.
Enzo.
Yeah.
Ezio.
You're getting assassins wrong.
Kath, if Kath is listening to this now,
really
she'll be fucking furious. She'll be absolutely.
She should be so angry with us.
Absolutely.
Because
sorry, Kath.
Absolutely.
I've only actually played the very first one, the second one, and Black Flag. So I'd probably go with Captain Jack Sparrow as well, because he's a pirate, and pirates are awesome.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do me as well.
Yeah, and I've only ever completed the And in point, I've just gone on just to Wikipedia just to try and think what the hell, and there are an unholy amount.
It's about eight, there's probably about 8 or 9. Is there something like that?
I mean, these guys must just click copy and paste, and then just reskin the back of it, because I have never even heard of this. Assassin's Creed Chronicle India, Russia, Origins, Odyssey, Rebellion. Man, I'm glad I didn't get into these, because these would all be on the list of uncompleted.
What about you, Dave? Because you've played a fair few.
Right, I've played a couple. I've got a sort of semi.
You've got a semi?
Decent.
Oh, no,
I've got a semi. No. I've got a semi.
It would help if you stopped saying I've got a semi.
Sorry. I've got a semi decent answer.
Compose.
Okay. What if that can give a proper answer?
As in, I know the names of more than one of the fucking assassins.
Okay.
Okay. Go on then. Let's just name assassins.
Well, I of the two that I know of, which are
okay, more than one. You mentioned.
Actually, I know of 3. I know of 3. So there's Ezio. He's the classic. He's the.
We've already said. So
no, I'm not cheated. He's the classic. He's the guy in 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Bayek from Origins, and there's Connor from one of the others. I don't know.
3. That was the Native American one.
That was the American one, wasn't it?
Bayek is. He's pretty hard, to be honest. He's a hard guy. Ezio, I think, was a bit petulant and a bit emotional, so I think Bayek would do him. So, Bayek.
It's an answer.
Yeah.
Right then.
There you go.
Sorry.
And Kath, what we would like is your answer as well, but put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, and we're sorry we've let you down with our piss poor Assassin's Creed
preparation on that one. Right, so the next one is from Martin Harrod. Do you think trophies should be tailored so that you get the full experience of the game, or keep them a grind so to see who can play the game multiple times? How would you improve the current system? Rich.
Stu, you're a trophy man.
Okay.
And Rich, are you a trophy man?
Not really. No, I always go back to Spider-Man. Spider-Man's the only one I've actually gone back, but that's because it's. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I know, Stu, you're much more of a platinum whore than anyone in this room, but that I felt the storyline incentivized you to be good to win the trophies, and that's what it is. So you go back and repeat to win them, but didn't interrupt. Yeah, and that's my favourite. It's like, we'll go back, do that again. If you could do it slightly better, then we'll give you a better trophy. Is by far and away my favourite way. Yeah,
the problem is now with trophies. I can't speak for Xbox, but I assume it's the same kind of thing. It's the kind of economy. So you get lots of games where they're just quick wins, just quick trophies. So that means the games which you've spent hundreds of hours in to get a platinum, you can also get it in a game like My Name is Mayo in like 10 minutes. So in a way, just like, well, so a platinum thing really it's a person. To me, it's when I go for it, I want to go for it. I don't really care whether anybody else has it or anything like that. It's not like, I've got I'm going to have these stats and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes though, the game, it adds to it. Like I think what you were saying, it just sort of adds to the story. It doesn't detract to it so much. I mean, for instance, the Telltale games, they were piss easy. They were pointless platinum trophies. You only have to play the game and you've got the platinum. You didn't really have to try. You just had to get to the end. But like Horizon Zero Dawn, that was an ace platinum. I loved that one, and Spider-Man, because everything was involved. There was a couple of little annoying things, like in Spider-Man, there's a time chase thing with drones, which is really fucking annoying, but it's okay, it's not too bad. But every game has those little bits. But like going back to what I was saying about Puppeteer earlier on, no, I'm not doing them. Because you're reading the trophy list going, why? Well, I'm not going to do that. I'll end up not liking the game. Now, I remember when I got Watch Dogs 1, I really didn't like the game, but I was going for the platinum, and in the end I had to stop myself because it was just the most annoying game to get the platinum in. And I just had to cut it off because then it got to a point where it wasn't enjoyable. So I think the only way they can really address trophies or gamer score is like to restart, but then put actual thought and how they're going to implement them into a game, or make it an economy where if you get the platinum or you get 1,000 gamer score, it actually means something. But but they can't do that now. I think they're too down the road. So now it's just a personal thing. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I don't go for platinums every time. It's when a game I really, really enjoy, I'll go, you know what? I've got most of those trophies, I might as well go for it. I mean, the Division 2, God, that one's taken me ages. And it's only when I wasn't really going for the platinum, and it's only when I'd looked at it, I only need about 4 or 5.
Does that not suck the enjoyment out of the game, though?
It does a little bit. It depends on what they are. I mean, to be fair, the Division 2, I would have hated that if I had to do it on my own. It's only because, I had you lot help me out and a few others in the community. It just became... It sort of came secondary because it came naturally. You were playing the game and you ended up popping them anyway. There was only a couple of us. I think it was Craig who was helping me out in the Dark Zone. And we got those ones. But they were the pain in the arse ones. But
when they incentivise you to play content you wouldn't necessarily have played, that's
you get more out of your
game. Bridge Crew's a good example.
Yeah,
Bridge Crew's a good example because
I have one trophy off that for platinum.
It makes us want to go back, play what the content we played, but play it slicker and better.
Yeah.
But whereas things like Puppeteer and some of to be honest, I ignore most of them when they're like, we'll just go and do. I think Assassin's Creed is a bit like this as well. It's like go and collect. I mean, a lot of, go and collect this pigeon shit
1,000 times or so,
1,000 times up the top of a spire, but it's giving you nothing except just time to do it. Then I think that's a poor. I think
the best time for trophies is when they don't waste or they respect your time.
So the trophy is tied to something within the game that actually makes the game better in some way. So, like unlocking all your abilities in something or anything like that. She feels like even though you've got the trophy, it's essentially a meaningless thing. Something within the game, it makes the game better. Yeah.
But I do think they still have to. It's that balance act. There still has to be a challenge.
Yeah.
You can't just just hand it out. It's just like, no, I want a little bit of a challenge, but don't take the piss. At the end of the day, you play games to have fun and enjoy yourself and relax, and not to stand there and scream because you can't do this thing 1,000 times to get a crappy bronze trophy at that.
Exactly.
Which has happened many times. So, but yeah, that's my answer anyway.
Good question, man.
So I think we've covered that quite well. Adam Edwards, what is your earliest memory of gaming that started it all for you? David.
It's pretty similar to Ad's, actually, to be honest. I had which I bought my mum bought for me off a friend, which was a binatone Pong machine thing. So it was extremely basic. It was like an 8-in-1 machine. You could play football, ice hockey, basketball, tennis, squash. They were all variations of Pong. Basically, it was a Pong machine.
They were dual dots.
Exactly. Yeah. But there was just something about it. The fact that you could interact with the TV and you could press a button on something or move a stick on something that made things move on the TV was just like a magical thing to me. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, and that's what really got me hooked on it. And that was fucking hell. That was, I don't know, that was like the 80s. We're old, aren't we? I don't know, but
yeah, we're old.
Yeah. That was the thing, and it amazes me even now that I used to play Ball Spotted 18, fantastic. I used to play Death Wish on the Amstrad CPC 464, and
can't remember that.
I'd look at the loading screen and I think these graphics are fucking amazing. It could never get any better than this. and look where we are now.
Look how far we've come.
It's just it's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, earliest gaming memory was a couple of sticks hitting a square ball around the TV screen. But the fact that you could change what happened on your TV was just amazing to me. It still is, really.
Basically, like pure pool.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. It was a primitive version of pure pool. That's what it was.
Stuart?
Yeah.
Me? God. See, I remember my dad buying an Atari 2600.
Yes.
And that was my first. But then before then, my dad at his company used to have, they used to use Commodore PETs, and he used to bring him home, or bring one home. And there used to be a game on there called Siege, and it was just so rudimental. It's just text. And it was just a man standing at the top. I mean, I'm doing actions now, obviously you can't see me, and they just literally throw in the letter O down the bottom of the screen, and you had to sort of dodge it while trying to climb this wall. And I loved it so much. And I think that was, and then after that, it was then the first computer. It's all a bit. I can't really remember the order of things. I'm pretty sure it was probably the Commodore PET first, and then the Atari 2600, and then my first home computer was a VIC-20. Sorry, Lee Cox, I didn't mean to offend you.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy.
He wasn't happy, was he? No. Anyway, but and I think I remember that when my dad used to bring home the Commodore PET, fucking loved it. I was like, going, Dad, let's put Siege on. I bet he hated it, but it was wonderful. So that's my very early. Oh, and arcade games, of course. Because you're just a kid and wherever, and there's an arcade. But yeah.
For me, my first gaming memory may well be my first memory ever, because I can't really think, because I have a very vivid memory of my Uncle Clive bringing round a handheld version of Space Invaders. Now, it must have been a rip-off, but it was a handheld, Game Boy-ish kind of plastic thing, and I even remember the smell of it, like that a plastic smell of it. And I remember lying on the sofa playing that, and I can't have been more than 5, because we were in a house which we'd moved out of by the time I was 6. So I think that was that hooked me in Space Invaders. I think it's got to be, and so that's got to be 79.
Wow, a handheld version as well.
Yeah,
it wasn't like one of those grandstand.
Definitely.
Is it the grandstand thing? Remember that
it wasn't. It was a complete. I mean, I've never seen it before. It was sort of about 6 or 7 inches high. It had a controller on the movement stick on the right and the shoot button on the left, or one or the other. Yeah. And that was it. It would have been.
Oh wow.
It would have been. I don't know what tech they would have used, but yeah, it was that. And then I remember seeing it in the actual arcade and thinking, wow. So
that's still a great game. I played it just before Christmas. There's in Worcester. There's a retro arcade there, and they've got it all set up. And it's Space Invaders. It's still a great game.
Yeah,
it's just hard. It is fucking hard, but brilliant.
I can't actually remember my very first memory, because it's all kind of jumbled. I mean, there's kind of like all these like little mishmashes of like things I can like pull. So like go around to a friend's house and he had like some kind of, I think it might have been a Spectrum, and he like loaded up Monty Mole. Like my dad's friend came around, I think, with an Atari and had Chucky Egg, which was kind of like some kind of weird
love
Donkey
Chucky
Kong
Egg.
rip-off sort of thing. So yeah, it's all kind of like mixed up, and it all kind of like all these weird memories which I can't kind of like put into an exact timeline, but yeah, you just kind of remember it with such fondness. You kind of think, yeah, there was. But I expect if you go back now, you'd be like, oh my god, this is crap.
Yeah, well, I've still got my Atari 2600, the wood finish panel, and still got my VIC-20, and yeah, you do put them in, and they are shit. They really are, but it's. Like, showing them to my kids now, they are shit. Like, but to me, it's a nostalgia thing, and that's what it is at the end of the day. So
yeah, it was the beginnings of something great.
Yeah.
That is the best scene in Ready Player One in the film, is when he's at the end and he's got the recreation of his childhood bedroom with his games in it. And I was thinking the other day how amazing that would be wouldn't it? Just to have that experience of getting back to a bit like whether it was the Sega or whether it was whatever, just seeing that one more time, that excitement of that first console, that first machine that you played, and going back then, and the rest of that film's shit.
It is. The book's amazing. The film is terrible.
Well, no, hang on. It fucking isn't.
Oh God!
We haven't got time.
This is another podcast in itself. Let's not go there.
All right.
This will be our last question because we're kind of really pushing on time this month. So the next questions we will save up for next week. Will be first out the gate. So the next one from Sean Hazeldine: do you think constant push for graphical perfection is to the detriment of gameplay? Most games without focus of graphics are the most fun, in his opinion.
Well, it depends on what kind of game you're after. If you're after a AAA God of War, beautiful, cinematic thing, then graphical fidelity is an issue because it just wouldn't work. Obviously, gameplay is king as well, but you need it. But if you're on a budget, you want to make an indie game, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you don't need it. Concentrate on the actual core game itself. So, I don't know. I think there's room for everything. So
I don't know. For me, the kind of graphical perfection was at its peak sort of last gen, right? Where we were like, wow, from PS2 to PS3, PS4. Do you really think we're going to see that much?
It's just tweaks now. It's tweaks.
It's going to, and you can go back to the fact you can go back to games in 2015, 14, The Last of Us. I mean, when was that? 14?
Around then.
14, 15, and still play it and still, you don't think. I think if you were 2005 and went back to 1999, you would have gone, you would have still been in that, this just doesn't look good enough. I think we've reached that. It's got to be gameplay.
I know,
first and foremost.
I know he mentioned graphical fidelity, which is fair enough, but I do think gameplay mechanics have changed a lot. The way, like, try and control across Assassin's Creed 2, I'm not playing it, so this is probably an bad example, but, playing it on, say, a PS3 to and now a new Assassin's Creed, it's still a third-person action game, but the controls will probably be more refined now, because of the age, and they've been refining the controls, than it was then, so I think that's probably more, whereas, I think, you may be right on the graphical one, it's just, it is what it is. I mean, what they're going to do, go for absolute realism. Well, do we really want realism in our games? Really? I mean, I quite like the cartoony, the disconnect from, I don't actually want to see graphical images of somebody's head really properly exploding if I shoot them with a gun. A pretend gun, that is, by the way.
Duane, so you've been playing Link's Awakening.
Yes.
And you remember playing the original Link's Awakening.
Yes.
Which, from what I'm led to believe, that essentially it is the same game.
It's with a few little control tweaks.
But the only difference is the graphics.
Yeah.
Does it make a difference?
Apart from looking nicer, no, it's the same game. That's in all essence.
But if you had to, that's a really good question. But if you had to play the original one now,
which one would you choose to play?
I
would obviously choose to play the one with the nicer graphics because it's just nicer to look at. But
graphics are important.
I think to a point, graphics are important, but gameplay is. I mean, they say they've added the ability to just hold a shield at any point, because with the original Game Boy, you actually had to have the shield equipped to a button to use it, which meant if you were and the sword, so you're kind of having to switch between two items at any point, and it kind of made it quite tricky. It's like, do I have the feather? Do I have the sword? Do I have the shield? Do I have the bombs? Whereas this time you've always got the sword equipped, you've always got the shield equipped, and then you just change between the other two items as you need them, which makes it better. But then that's a hardware thing, because obviously the Switch has more buttons usable than the Game Boy did, because it just had the D-pad and the two buttons.
I think it's more important to have the mechanics, like the animation, the animation, the movement, the the collision mechanics, that kind of thing. So when you run into a wall, your arm doesn't go through the wall. That is more important than what it actually looks like, as in graphically looking like hair, graphically looking like that. I prefer it when they put in the engine to work to make the environment work more like reality, work more like reality, physically work more like reality than look like reality. Do you see what I mean?
See, I think the rumours at the moment about a Mass Effect trilogy remake. Oh God, that could be my joke if that comes out this year. Anyway,
have you got a 7?
Mass Effect. A little. See, Mass Effect 1 though. See, Mass Effect 2 and 3, yeah, they're graphically but 1 is terrible. 1 is fucking awful. And I played it about 6 months ago, and I love 1. Really like it. But control-wise and graphical-wise, that's not what the game is about. The game is about the story, and so when they do a remake or a remaster, I'm hoping they would address, well, number one, the control scheme. Even if they don't address anything else, just fix that fucking car driving. It's terrible, and then update the graphics if they can. But the thing is, though, when you do those kind of remasters, they're expensive because on AAA games as well. I mean, look at the Zelda game you're talking about. That was quite low graphical intensive anyway, wasn't it?
The original one, yes.
So all they've done is just, where this, well, I mean, at the times, like, Mass Effect was meant to be quite high, like a AAA title, and then they're going to try and remake that again. So I don't know how that would, but I think I'll be more happy about refined controls than the graphical side of it as well. It's a shame as well, because it's a shame that these older games also get locked on that generation of console. So, and if it wasn't for backwards compatible, like with Xbox and PS Now or other streaming services online or GOG and that, you don't really get to play those. But some like Puppeteer, for instance, it is stuck on the PS3, and that is a beautiful game anyway. But it's just stuck there, So it's about how you bring those forward as well. But that's another discussion for another day. I think I went on a sidetrack there, didn't I? Tangent.
Okay.
I
think we have answered the question. Discussed it at length.
Right, are you done with the questions, Duane? You finished?
I think we are, because we could go for another 2 hours with these questions. I think.
Yeah, we'll
save it. We got some Uno.
We've got loads more questions, guys, that you guys have put on. Actually, that we can't fit them all in. But I just want to say, and all the other guys want to say as well, I'm sure, that we're really pleased with the level of interaction we've had so far. There's been lots of stuff
really good.
posted.
It's been really, really good.
Please keep the questions coming. Just doesn't matter. Just keep on coming. We'll get to them eventually. And you never know, if we have loads and loads and loads of questions, we'll just have a whole show dedicated just to questions. But yeah.
So if you've submitted a question this month and we haven't answered it, please don't think, well, they're a bunch of wankers.
Well, we are.
We are a bunch of wankers.
Yeah.
But we will eventually answer your question. Okay, cool. So. Thanks, mate. Right, so we're getting near the end now, guys. We're just going to talk about some things that we're going to introduce during the rest of the year. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to do a monthly stream, as opposed to the twice nightly streams that I've been doing before my prostate tablets kicked in.
Oh man!
So we're currently compiling a list of the games that we've all got, and we're going to publish that within the next few days. Weeks.
I think, but yeah, by the time this episode is live, we would probably publish that in tandem with this episode. So probably in the next week.
Okay, so in addition to the podcast, we're gonna do some streaming, but we're gonna publish the games that we own, and we're gonna put a poll together so you guys can choose what we stream basically, and we'll stick that on YouTube. Stu, is it?
Yeah, I mean, we're still deciding. I mean, we've all got our own personal YouTube channels and things like that. I think we're looking at trying to get a Year of Shame YouTube channel, but we're looking to that. So
YouTube, fucking hell, YouTube. What?
But what it is, all I can say is just keep an eye on the Facebook. Because that's where we're going to do our main interaction. I mean, okay, there's Twitter and that, but none of us use it. So it's Facebook is going to be the place to where to keep up to date of what we've got planned. And things like that, so.
We've also got a couple of competitions on the horizon as well. One competition is between ourselves, so we're going to have a competition called the Ultimate Shamer, which basically means that whichever one of us displays the most Shamer spirit this year, should we call it? So
Yeah.
there are no tangible measures at the moment, but whoever is the most engaged in the Year of Shame, maybe it's the person that's played the most games, or the person that's got the highest score at Pure Pool, or it could be anything, really, couldn't it? It could be the person that's got the highest score at Pure Pool, for example. It could be anything.
To be fair, it
could definitely not be the person who didn't turn up to the first podcast.
Exactly. It could not be that. Yes, but it may be, I don't know, the person that's got the highest score at Pure Pool.
Yeah. But we'll do a poll at the end of the year kind of thing, so it's quite a way off, really. I don't know. How do you want to keep people up to date?
Yeah. So basically, the winner will get their first game of 2021 bought for them by the rest of the guys on the podcast.
And as Duane is just about to point out, maximum £15 per person.
Were you going to say that, Duane? Were you?
I wasn't, but yes, I think it's
somebody was going to say it.
Somebody was going to say it. Maximum £15 per person.
Hang on a second. Is this £15 or 15?
Well, I can do $15. I can do $15.
What's that? £3? I don't know what the exchange rate is.
It's about £7. It's about £7.50.
Okay. So no ultimate editions that come with a Zelda cloak or Bayonetta costume or anything like that. Just a standard game. So that's running, and I think we'll get you guys, the community, to vote on that later in the year. Details to follow. And
just remember, everybody, I've always loved every single one of you, and I do think you're all amazing. Okay, carry on, Dave.
Fuck's sake, did you hear that? What was that? What even was that?
Unbelievably shameless prostitution.
Oh my God, he's just taking his top off.
No one likes. Yeah, he'll do anything for it.
But we do have another competition, which is for the listeners, which I think Rich is going to give us details of now.
Yeah, absolutely. This is hopefully this is pretty exciting, and talk about prostituting ourselves. We want as many people to enjoy Year of Shame as possible, and to try and attract people over from the community to come and join us on Facebook. So what we're going to do, we're lucky enough to have got our hands on some Revels custom fit wireless earphones.
Not Revels as in the little bag of chocolate.
Just chockies.
Yeah, with those horrible coffee fucking things in them.
It's a coffee competition, absolutely.
And you put in your ear.
Yeah. So it's not those. No, they're super sexy custom fit wireless headphones. They're lovely. I'll post it on Facebook so you can see. What we're going to do is we're going to use that like pollen to bees. I was going to say honey to bees, but that's it's the other way around, isn't it? Pollen to bees, and we're gonna attract as many people over to that, and we're going to I think we're just going to do a pull it out of the hat. So next month, when we've attracted a few more followers on the Facebook page, we'll do some kind of random fair thing, and we'll be giving away these custom fit wireless headphones, which I think retail at over $250. So this is a pretty serious.
Did you say dollars?
So yeah, because I couldn't convert in my head. I was looking on the website what they were.
Okay.
So
can I enter? Am I allowed to enter?
No. The rules are you can't enter. And
but just me.
James,
but you
neither
can.
James. Dave can enter, but I'll ensure he won't win. It'll be completely random. So look out for that, guys, on the Facebook page. We'll be posting that. All you'll need to do is just be a member on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Very simple. Very easy entry to the competition.
Easy entry, FNAF. Wicked.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, we're almost there then, guys. Stu to read the outro I've got now, Stu.
I know, what is the outro?
Well, you fucking wrote it, mate.
Oh, okay. No. I think I know what it is. Right then, so what we've already said. So we've got some questions off you today, and it's absolutely brilliant. And we've got loads more we need to read on the next shows. But please keep those questions keep on coming through. You can get us via Facebook. To be fair, Facebook is probably your best bet on getting us. We've got a Twitter, we've got an email, but at the moment we're not really checking them. So as I say, Facebook's the best way. But if you want to use Twitter, you want to use email, that's fine as well. But now, we've been rambling on now. I think this show probably might go on for just under 2 hours or whatever, so I do apologise. But if the community have got any ideas of what we can do or don't do, keep in, take out, whether we kick Dave out or we make him stay, but we has to do tasks for us,
kick him out.
Up to you. And any ideas would be really good. So... And now I think we're going to go on to some housekeeping. Now, we also mentioned about the YouTube channel. I think we're in the process of setting something up for that one. So, again, keep an eye on Facebook and we'll have something for you there. You're aware of the Facebook page because, to be fair, you probably wouldn't know anything about this if it wasn't for that. Also, the MLG main Facebook page where we've been given special permission of the admins, which is absolutely fantastic. So we can post on there. So Yes, thank you. But what we'll do, we'll only post major updates. We're not going to keep on, we've got our own page, so all the little things, we'll post in there. But big things like when the podcast airs or a competition or whatever, we'll probably drop in there. Now, if you want to email us, as I say, we're not checking at the moment, but if you do, it's yearofshame@gmail.com. And if you put YOS 2020 in the subject line, we could pick that up easier. And Twitter is @yearofshame. And if you use the hashtag YOS 2020, that's brilliant. Now, if you want to, again, none of us really use Twitter, do we? I mean, to be fair, anybody, yeah, you have it. Do you use it?
Can't get on with it.
Right, we all got our own Twitter handles, but by the sounds of it, by that reaction, none of us really use it. So I'm not going to read them out, but I'm going to hand them over to Duane. What's your Twitter handle?
Duanecube, Duanecube. Same for my PSN username. If anybody still feels the need to add me.
That's a point. I've also put everybody's PSN and if they got Xbox or Steam accounts as well. If you go to the Facebook page, in the files section, there's a document there, and you can all make friends with us there if you want to as well. So, Dave, what's your Twitter?
It's shit.
We know.
It's Ravis_7257, I think. I'm not even on, guys. I'm not even on Twitter. Don't bother. Get me on Facebook or PlayStation. It's far easier.
Okay. Right, then we got James is @feelingchipper, and Richard, yours is
@Sassenach_tweet, and if you can spell it, then we can chat.
And mine is @ThatStuart. So, right, okay, so yeah, I've mentioned about the host contact details as well. So if you want, that's all written down, all on the Facebook page. Just go to the file section, you get them all there. So, I'm done with housekeeping. Unless there's anybody else who's got anything else for me?
No. I've run out of beer, so
yeah,
I'm done.
I really need a pee.
I need a coffee.
So is
okay.
Is that the any other business?
Yeah.
Dave needs a wee.
Yeah. Right. Let's wrap it up then, guys. Well, we hope you've enjoyed listening to this. We've certainly enjoyed recording it, and please look us up. I appreciate we are a bit PlayStation centric. Rich, you must have an Xbox. Do you ever plug it in or? Okay, we're sorry, Xbox players, but we are very PlayStation centric. You know our
But
PlayStation
that's our platform
IDs.
of choice, but we love you all.
Yes, of course we do. Of course we do. Listen, friend us on PlayStation. Join us for games. We're up for it. We'll do some streaming, all the rest of it. Yeah, we've had a great time. We hope you enjoyed listening to it, and we'll see you guys next month. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.